Hello everyone, welcome to Tuesday's class. I'm back. If you're watching from YouTube, welcome. If you're watching live on Instagram, also welcome. You're going to need two long sticks today. Alright, we're going to start off with one and go through our joint mobilizations. Let's go into our horse stance, feet shoulder width. Stick is placed at 12 o'clock, 1 inch in front of the feet. Hands even near the sternum, arms are fully extended. We're going to drive down to the floor, 40%, maintain, posterior tuck, so the lower back should be flat on here. Alright, now we're going to lift that right heel up as high as we can into that big toe, then lower down nice and slow. And push the heel into the floor like you're squishing an empty soda can. Before we really get into more of the footwork, what I want you to do is take your big toe and your heel, I want you to corkscrew into the ground and create some more separation into that big toe and that first toe, okay? And now bring the heel down. Should get a nice straight big toe. So on the other side as well, same thing. Big toe on the floor, corkscrew, and now we should get the toes to spread out a little bit better. So again, same thing, maintain posterior tuck, lift the heel, drive the heel down. You're pushing down 40%. Lift. Drive the heel down. Lift. Drive the heel down. One more. Lift. Hold. Bring the hand over to the hip. Shift that heel toward your pinky toe. And then shift toward the big toe. Two more times. Shift toward the pinky toe. Keep the pelvis in line with the stick. Make sure we're not shifting our body weight side to side. Shift toward that big toe. Shift toward the pinky toe. And shift toward the big toe. Now let's go 1, clockwise circle, over to 3, down to 6, up and over to 9, then back up to 12, and now counterclockwise, over to 9, down to 6, up and over to 3, back up to 12, and lower that heel down. Alright, let's readjust that foot again, or take the big toe, corkscrew, and then drop the heel. Should have a nice, more spread out toe position on that. Change hand placement as well. Knees bent, pelvis tucked, push into the floor, 40%, lift left heel, down slow, push into the floor, lift, down, pushing the heel into the floor, lift, push, down to the floor, last one, lift, hold, left hand over, and now shift toward the pinky toe, then shift toward the big toe, shift toward the pinky toe, shift toward the big toe, keep the 5 toes on the ground. Shift toward your pinky toe. And shift toward your big toe. And now let's go counterclockwise first. Over to 9, down to 6, up and over to 3, and then up to 12. And clockwise. Over to 3, down to 6, up and over to 9, and then back up to 12. Lower the heel down. Quickly going through both feet. Again, keep the posture. Don't let your head elevate in the posture. Again, corkscrew the feet. So you're creating more space between the toes. Knees are bent, pelvis is tucked. The stick should always be angled down toward us. Keep the shoulders over the hips. When we lift both heels, we lift without getting taller. Okay? And then down real slow, back to the floor, lift. Call these little Michael Jacksons, okay? Down to the floor, lift, hold. Lift the stick 1 inch off the ground. Let's test the ankle strength and the big toe extension. Bring the stick back to the floor, and now bring the heels back down to the ground. Anterior, posterior tucks. Inhale. Anterior tilt. Exhale. Work exaggerated exhales. Posterior tuck. Really brace lower abs. Okay? Anterior tilt. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's change the breathing a little bit. Let's work on moving in the exhales. So I want you to inhale first. Exhale, anterior tilt. Inhale. Exhale, posterior tuck. Hold the tuck. Now inhale. Exhale, anterior tilt. Inhale. Exhale, posterior tuck. Feet a little wider. Maintain posterior tuck, hip bumps. Working side to side with the hips. There's a big difference between shifting the hips and shifting your pelvis. We want to just bump the hip up. We don't want to lean any body weight more toward either foot. All right? So the weight should be distributed evenly through the feet. And then I want you just to now create more force into the ground to bump one of the hips to either side. All right, so we're at 12 o'clock here, knees bent, pelvis is tucked. Again, inhale first. Exhale, bump to the left. As you do that, you should feel more tension on the right adductor, the right groin. Inhale. Exhale, bump to the right. Keep the spine and the stick in line. Again, I produce more force to my left, but the weight is evenly distributed through both feet. I'm not going this way. Now, inhale, bump left, exhale. So as we move, think exhale. Inhale, bump right. Inhale, bump left. Inhale, bump right. So one more each direction. Inhale, exhale, bump left. Inhale, exhale, bump right. And now, going into that transverse plane, so going into each one of those zones. So, going clockwise first. Let's do segmental circles first, and then we'll do a coordinated circle. So, posterior tuck, bring it forward to 12 o'clock. Bring the hips over to 3. And bring the hips over to 6. And bring the hips over to 9. And then back to 12. Change hands. Bring the hips over to 9. Bring the hips back to 6. Bring the hips over to 3. Then bring the hips over back to 12. Now, 3 coordinated circles, clockwise first. So these are going to be done more fluid. More fluid here. The shoulders are going to stay still, so working on dissociation with the pelvis and the shoulders. So if you do or play or train any rotational athletes, this is a big key to making sure they can create a lot of torque and a lot of force with the upper body. If the pelvis can rotate separately from the upper body, then we can more effectively use the oblique system with the pelvis and the thorax. So if the hips have a hard time rotating separately, then we're not going to get that good pull through the obliques to get that upper body to work a little bit faster to create more velocity. Let's change directions, change hands. Counterclockwise. Again, the pelvis. We're moving pelvis separate from the shoulders. And again, we're not bringing the entire lower body into that circle. It's just our pelvis. And we're not forgetting that you're still getting into that 12, 9, 6, and 3 position. We're just doing it without stopping. So we're still being cautious of posterior tuck, hip bump left, anterior tilt, hip bump right. We're still doing all those things, but we're not stopping at each one. We're kind of connecting the dots between those timelines, between those times on the clock, 12, 9, 6, and 3, or vice versa. All right. Next one, going hands extended on the stick. Let's push in on the stick, and now let's go with our pendulums. So push in, and now let's go left hand pushing up to the right. Going just as far as you can without turning your torso. And then go right hand wins, push left hand back. Try to maintain a posterior tuck. Left hand wins, right hand goes up. Right hand wins, left hand goes down. Left hand wins, right hand goes up. Right hand wins, left hand goes down, switch sides. Right hand wins, left hand goes up. Left hand wins, right hand goes down. Right hand wins, left hand goes up. Left hand wins, right hand goes down. One more time, right hand wins, left hand goes up. Left hand wins, right hand goes down. Now let's go dislocates. All 10 fingers are in contact with the stick at all times. Pull apart in the hands, keep the elbow straight, maintain that rib cage and pelvis compression. So ribs and hips connected, tension through that midline. Pull apart the hands, and then go as far as you can. So make sure the pinky is gripping on the stick. And once you see it, push your hands in together, all right? Pull apart the hands. Lower back stays flat, ribs and hips connected. Pull apart, push in when you see it, back down. Pull apart. When we see it, push in. One more. Pull apart. Now, when you come back over the head, when you get over the head, I want you guys to stop there. Okay? Bring the feet together. All right, I love going into some lateral line work with dislocates. So bring the right foot behind left foot. And now I want you to pull with left hand. Add in some lateral line work. Okay? Now bring that bottom hand in. Top arms reflexively push. Come back up to the top, feet together. Left foot behind right foot. All right, again. Right hand's gonna win. Getting into our lateral line. Should feel a lot of tension through our QL, quadratus lumborum, TFL, tensor fascial lata. Right, some good tension there. Try to keep base leg, your back leg straight. That'll get more tension. Now bring the bottom hand in. Ooh. Bottom hand in, punching out, reaching out, top hand. Come back up and feet together. Okay? It's a great job on that. Now let's go with the 2 sticks. So 2 long sticks. And then stand up. Let's go with feet together. Sticks even to your shoulders to start. Hands same height as the shoulders, right? Let's go ahead and do stick taps first, and then we'll go with the X position, external, internal rotation. Let's go with 60%, right foot up, about 2 inches above that grip tape. All right, make sure your base leg is really tall, so you're driving through that base leg, promoting more extension out of the hip. And then we're going into here, hip flexion. From here, the knee is always gonna stay in the middle. So we're not thinking about rotating the pelvis, because if that happens, then I cross that midline, right? So we're not thinking about pelvic rotation, we're thinking of femoral head rotation. So I wanna rotate from that femur, right? So again, we're not thinking of rotating with our pelvis, we're thinking of rotating with the femur, because we're trying to work on strengthening internal external rotation of the hip and strengthening the capsule. So again, we lift. Hands are in line to the shoulders to start. external rotation, knee and center, push into rotation. So you're still rotating into the stick here. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Internal rotation, knee and center, pushing out. Hold. The shoulders should be working against that hip. It should be resisting it. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Lower the right leg, go left leg. So we should be building coordination with the hips and the shoulders, because as I work the hip, I'm resisting reflexively with that either opposite or same side shoulder. Feet together, left leg now, right above that grip tape. And now external rotation, rotating into the stick, push. So again, as you push with left hip, you should feel right shoulder working to stabilize the stick. Hold, 6 more seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee and center, internal, push. Now I'm going the same side, hips are lateral. My shoulder's working to resist the stick. I'm driving through with that right glute and right leg. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Back to the right leg, go to the mid-range. Mid-range can be 90 degrees, maybe a little bit higher depending on the person, all right? For sake of video, we're gonna go mid or 90 degrees of hip flexion with the mid-range. In our external rotation, instep of the foot, not the bottom of the foot. If you're using the bottom of the foot, odds are you're dipping that pelvis toward that side to compensate. If that happens, move the sticks a little bit closer together. So again, it should be the instep, not the bottom. So 10 seconds, push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Internal, knee should be the same height, push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Left leg. 90 degrees of flexion. External rotate. Externally rotate. Hold. Push for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Internal. Base leg straight. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Right leg and range. So without compensating, we're looking at, depending on how high that leg comes, the arm is bending, although we know that's a form of finding stability, and we're mostly okay with that. But we want to make sure the base leg's not dropping, we're not losing structure on that base leg, and we're not leaking forward with the glute, or we're not leaning back. So again, we're looking at those things as far as our compensations. So split those hips and range, right hip flexion, external rotation, push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Internal, push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off, bring the leg down. Left leg. And range. Rotate, push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee in center. Push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Cross the sticks. Bring the right leg through. Make sure your left leg is facing forward. Lift the knee to your mid-range of hip flexion. And then I like to kind of pull the sticks together like so, and that's going to give my femur more feedback to stay still and not turn through my rotation. So from here, external first. And what we're trying to really do is, if you see the stick here, I want to try and get past that. All right, base leg straight, hold, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Internal, hold, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Switch. Again, the right leg should be facing straight. Lift the left leg up. Compress. Squeeze that femur. Now external lift. Hold. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Internal. Hold. Keep base leg straight. Make sure the pelvis does not rotate. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Let's go one stick. Let's bring it to the floor. Now for pigeon, if we need to elevate that front hip with a bolster to get into a better position to strengthen, all right, let's go ahead and grab one. I know for me, I have one side of my hip that's a little bit tighter than the other side. Again, I played baseball my whole life as a pitcher, so I was very one side dominant. So my right hip has a little bit less external rotation, so it's a little bit tougher for me to get into it on the right side forward. So, like everybody else, we're going to start on my easier side, all right, which for a lot of people is their harder side, so it's good for you guys. So left leg forward first, bring it to the ground. We're going to go with the right hand holding the stick first, okay? So let's go. And we're not looking for exactly 90 degrees on the front leg, all right? I'm not going to be too much of a stickler on the front leg needing to be at a proper 90-degree angle, all right? What I'm looking for is more tissue feedback. So if you're in that stretch and you feel more stress on the knee, not stretch in the glute, it's not a good position for you. If you can't breathe with control in it, it's not a good position for you, okay? What we're looking for is you're comfortable in the position and you feel the stretch in the proper areas, okay? That's what we're looking for. So if your front leg is a little bit less than 90 degrees, that's great, it's fine. As long as, again, we're comfortable there and we can work out of there and build strength there and we get a stretch in that hip. Left leg forward, the right leg is gonna be back. So again, you see, right, I'm not in a full 90-degree angle here in the front leg, but I feel this predominantly in that glute. I'm fine in the position, but I get a good stretch in my rear on the left side. Right hand's gonna be extended. I'm gonna have my hand on the floor right here for a little bit more support. And then I'm gonna reach that right foot back as much as I can. And now from here, let's go ahead and push that front leg into the ground 50%. Oh, you can't really see the stick. So I'm gonna move back a little bit. All right, pushing down 50%. Again, just control the breathing, okay? Let's go inhale for a 4 count, hold for a 4 count, exhale for a 4 count, okay? So it's inhale, 4 count, hold, exhale. Let's do one more of those, okay? Inhale for a 4. Hold. And exhale. Okay, now let's build. 10 seconds. Build to 60%. Okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that tension. Don't let it go. Hold for 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's ease off. And now I want you to take that stick and I want you to push forward, hinge. Keep the spine long. As you hinge, take your right foot and try and reach it a little bit further back so we're getting more into that front hip. Should feel more of a stretch now on your left side. Reaching that hand forward as well, okay? Let's go ahead and now push into that front leg. Let's go with 70%. All right, push down that front leg, and then your back leg should also compress into the ground. Push that stick into the ground 70%. Now, build that tension to 70. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that tension. Don't let it go. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Ease off. Get to a passive state on this stretch. And again, if you can, give me a little bit more hinge. Okay? Keep the spine long. Reach that right foot and leg back. All right? And this is our new stretch. Let's go to 80%. All right? Now again, push into that front leg and the stick and the back leg. 10 seconds, build to 80. And go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, don't let it go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ease off. Take that hip and roll out of your pigeon stretch. Okay, let's change sides. Should feel a difference now between the left glute and the right glute. My right glute has a lot of blood, my left glute has a lot of blood flow right now, and it feels much more sturdy than the right. Let's go ahead and switch. Left hand holds the stick. Again, we're looking for a comfortable seated position, right? Okay, start at 60% effort. Push down with the stick, front leg and back leg. Squeeze both glutes, and now hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't let go of the tension. Hold it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Ease off. Hold that stretch. Hinge forward over that front side again, creating more length in that back leg. Reach that left leg back now a little further. Now let's go to 70%. Push into that front leg. Squeeze that right glute, drive into the floor with the back leg as well. When you push into your back leg, you're promoting more extension of the hip. Okay, now build for 10, 70%, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. The whole leg's pushing into that front side. 2, 1, hold, don't let it go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. And now again, hinge a little bit more forward if we can. Remember, control that breathing. And now let's go to our last one, 80%. Push into that front leg, back leg, reach, and then stick pushes down, hold, and build for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold on to that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Roll into your right hip. Nice. Now both glutes should be working pretty hard, or at least have a good amount of blood flow. The next thing I'm going to do is some half kneeling end range hip flexion work. Okay. If you haven't already realized by now, we're working toward a squat. Open up the glutes here, and now we're going to go into strengthening hip flexion. So, we're going to go with the half kneeling stance first. Now, a way to progress this is by using an elevated platform for your front leg. So you're bringing your hip more into a passive range of flexion to work more active range, more active end ranges, okay? Or a weight, like an ankle weight on top, okay? But again, from the ground here for the sake of the class. But if you know that you're good, add in some elevation on your front side. So let's go back foot tucked, all right? But tuck back toe, because we're always working on improving big toe extension. Let's go pelvis 12 o'clock, back foot in line to knee, so we're not externally rotated, all right? So no tripods. Half kneeling. Sticks, let's go even to the arch of the front foot, so you can push into those sticks, create more irradiation. Okay, ribs, hips connected, so we're compressing the abs to build tension. Low back should be flat, posterior tuck in the hip. Let's go with 70%. Build it up from 40, all right? 40% to start, build 70. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now without moving or lifting, I want you to drive through the sticks, lift the front foot up as high as we can, hold. Squeeze that right glute, hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down nice and easy, change legs. That was good. So again, we want to try and lift without leaning back. Want to maintain that rib and hip connection, maintain that tension as we drive up. Posterior tuck on the left hip, whatever hip is down, whatever knee is down, we want posterior tuck. Hands in line to your shoulders. Now, if you want to go with a bigger base, right, that would be a much wider base. It would give you some more stability, pushing down and lifting. It will give you some more stability. So if you want to try that, go on ahead. We're going to go with the hands in line to the shoulders. 40% tension to start. 10-second build up. Bring it to 70%. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, core tight, 3, 2, 1. Push those sticks, maintain posture, lift and hold. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time, each side. Right knee down, left leg forward, hands out front. Now build to 80%. 40 to start. Build for 10, 9, compress. 7, 6, 5, breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drive through, squeeze right glute, lift the knee and hold. 6, high as we can. 3, 2, and 1. Down slow. And we shouldn't need to go down. We should be able to control out of that hip flexion. Last one again, build to 80. Posterior tuck, push, build. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push, lift, up, up, drive, squeeze left glute, lift right knee up high as you can. 3, 2, and 1, and down slow. Okay, last part of today's class, going into the dumpy squat. So you're finding either a door jamb or squat rack like I'm using. We're gonna go 5 reps, and then we'll get into our fascial stretching here to end up today. So taking the stick, placing it in the door jamb or squat rack. You're standing 2 to 3 inches away. Hands are below belly button. Make sure you don't lose any connection with the hands or fingers. The feet, wherever you work out your squat from, okay? Starting first rep, 70%. So, first thing we do, push up, okay? Find that 70%. Remember, it's out of your max effort. So, if as hard as you possibly could was your 100, just dial it down 30%, okay? From here, I push up. When I push up, I should turn on posterior chain as well. Corkscrew the ground, so you're creating torque with the feet and the ankles, the knees and the hips. And I push up, and I pull the hips down as low as I can. Compress the elbows to get more thoracic extension. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Push up, slowly stand back up. Reset your breath. Build to 80%. So a little more effort pushing up. Elbows compress in. The toes should be gripping the ground. Push up as you stand back up. 3 more. 90%. Push a little harder. And now pull the hips down. Pull down, elbows in, elbows in. Push up as you stand back up. 2 more reps, last 2. Safest max effort. Pushing up, elbows in. Sit, sit, sit. Push to the feet, all the way up. Last one, push. Knees out, corkscrew. Drive to the feet, all the way up. And knees off. Let's get into our lateral bow and arrows. Feet, shoulder width. Good job on that. Feet, shoulder width. Stick your left foot even to your midfoot, 6 inches to the side. Bottom hand, thumb up. Top hand, thumb down. Hip away first. Extend the arms. Keep the ears and the biceps in line. Bring the bottom hand in, ease off, change sides. Midfoot, out to the side, bottom hand, thumb up, top hand, thumb down. Hip to the side, extend bottom arm. Ears and biceps are in line. Keep both legs straight. Bottom hand in. Last one, standing child's pose. Feet, shoulder width, hands even in your sternum. Don't let the pelvis shift here. We're going to move upper body and get into lateral lines, and then a little bit into lats. But again, as we move, don't turn or shift pelvis. So hinge, butt back, head tucks between the shoulders. Feet spread the ground. Shift the stick over to your left. But again, don't turn the pelvis. So the hips should not move. Push those hands away from you as well. And now let's move the stick over to your right. So again, don't move the lower half. You're pulling down with the sticks and pushing the hands out in front to create more length. Alright, bring the hands back to the center. Just change hand placement, okay? Last one each side here. Reach the hands forward. Bring the hands over to your left. Keep the arms straight also. The pelvis again, guys, doesn't move. And then bring the stick over to your right. Reach your hands forward. Push down with the stick. Head stays tucked. And then bring the stick back to your center. Stand up. And we're all done for today's class. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Check me out again on Instagram, Jared_DYEM. Be on the lookout for certifications in 2021 at the facility here. We're going to have, I believe, one every fourth month. So one every quarter, basically, at my studio. Hope to see you guys there again. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to the page if you have not already. And go to the website. Check out all the videos there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Peace.